Hey, my amazing second grade artists, let's get ourselves started with our sewing today. We have 3 goals. They are to thread our needle, tie a friendship knot, and to cut and decorate the nut for our avocado. To get started with step 1 and 2, you will need a metal needle, thread, scissors, and a scrap piece of paper from somewhere like a recycled piece of paper. It can be from a notebook, it can be any random piece of paper, it can be any color as well. Let's first take our thread and pull some of that thread off of the spool. About 1 arm's length is enough. To cut your thread, loop it over the scissors and create some tension before cutting. Now, we are going to take this scrap piece of paper, fold it in half, and see if it fits through the eye of our needle. If it's too big, take your scissors and cut some of it. I even like to make a little diagonal so that it goes inside the eye of my needle even smoother. This folded piece of paper is like a hot dog bun. I'm going to put my thread in just like the hot dog. Lay the thread inside the bun. Make sure there's no part that's poking or sticking out. Take your needle and scoot that paper through the eye of your needle. The thread is taking a trip through the needle in the paper and pull to the other side. Then you can take off your paper. Well done, boys and girls. We have threaded our needle. The next step is to tie a friendship knot. We are quite familiar with this friendship knot, but here's how it looks with our thread. Take your thread, and our needle is on this side, but our thread ends are both on this side. I have pulled my thread all the way through my needle. Now, I should take those threads and make a circle. The short ends are on top of the long end. I don't need to worry about my needle right now. It can just stay right there. Then, take these threads, put them under the circle, and inside. Now, boys and girls, one thing I'm going to do is before I pull too hard, I want to ask my thread knot to go as far to the end of the thread as I can, encouraging it to the very ends. Notice how this hand is not really moving so much, but I am pulling the knot to the very end before pulling tight. This way, when I start to stitch, I have all of this thread that I can use. This part down here is not going to get used because it will get stuck wherever the knot is. Awesome, boys and girls, you have threaded your needle and tied a friendship knot. Let's put this off to the side and begin that third goal today, which is to cut and decorate your nut. To do that, you will need the brown felt, the white felt, and the black felt. You will begin by cutting a circle. There are 4 ways I'd like to teach you to cut a circle. The first way is that you can guess where a circle is and cut with your scissors. This way can be kind of tricky though, so that is for the confident cutters. Another way is that you can always fold and cut a rainbow. On that folded side to create a symmetrical circle. When you open it up, you should have a nice big circle. As you're cutting, try to use as little of the scrap as possible to make the biggest circle you can. The next way is that you can first take a marker and draw a circle before cutting. This helps me to know that I'm going to use the most fabric possible. And the last method is to take something circular in your house to first trace and then cut. Next, let's go ahead and decorate our fabric with a smiley, happy little face. Go ahead and cut 2 small black circles. And you can even use some of these scraps of a circle to make a happy little mouth. To give my avocado a really shiny looking smile, I'm going to add 2 little highlights with the white. A small one and an even smaller one. And I can do that for both eyes. Then, please use any glue that you have at home to glue down all of these different parts of the face to your nut. Well done, boys and girls. You can go ahead and keep your needle inside your nut by first going and sneaking that needle into the fabric. That will help us to be ready for next week when we are going to sew our nut onto our green fabric. All right, see you next time.